Deathless is an improvised cinematic narrative with live production, including music and dialogue. There is no script. This story contains violence, disturbing imagery, adult themes, and a darkness which may leave you doubting who you are. Proceed at your own risk.
Shake, shake, shake me awake. Rip me from slumber and fight for me, fight for me. Shake, shake, shake me awake. Rip me from slumber and fight for me, fight for me. Ache, ache, ache for me, babe. Shout from the depths that you want me to stay. Fight for me, fight for me, fight. I want you to fight for me. I want you to fight for me. Shake me awake, rip me from slumber and fight for me. I want you to fight for me. For me, babe. They say stand up for the things you can't stand to lose. Despite what my heart can't feel.
I visited a sailor's tavern in the port of London 3 times. 3 times I left the tavern and sailed to America. 3 times I entered and met a woman named M.A. She was kind. She was wise. She was devastatingly alluring. The first time, I was a listless sailor, a drunk, a lout with no purpose. The second time, I was a curious student, an observer, a boy looking for answers. The third time, I was a confident activist, an acolyte, a man with a desperate justification. She could have turned me any of these 3 rendezvous, but she turned me on the third, gave me my cause, and I will always owe her for that.
Well, was she good?
What?
In bed? Was she good?
We didn't,
You sailed to America 3 times. She must have been good.
She didn't sail with me. I met her and...
Sailed to her, right? Or am I mistaken?
No, she was in the port of London.
Oh, Yaga, look at him. He's blushing.
I don't know. She's
Sailed
probably
back and forth
good.
3 times, and he didn't sleep with her?
No. Shh.
Sandman.
Sandman. Oh my god. Did you have no idea what she was interested in?
She was interested in my...
Yes,
And
we
you.
know.
my...
Yes, we know.
Asset.
But did you know at the time?
What do
Because
you
it
mean?
sounds like you didn't. Sounds like you still don't.
There wasn't anything romantic.
Doesn't have to be romantic.
She was my maker. I didn't think to.
You never thought to... Not even once?
I'm not
You
sure.
said yourself that she was alluring.
Of course.
Like alluring in the way that, kindred are alluring, or alluring in a different way?
It's all the same, is it not?
No,
No, I don't think so either.
not always.
Not even a kiss on the cheek.
She kissed me.
I'm sorry, hold on, wait a minute. Whoa, okay, we'll go back to the other thing in a second. She kissed you?
Yes.
Where the sun
Are we
doesn't
talking
shine?
kiss of death, or are we talking like actual kiss? Was their tongue?
Her tongue was used at times.
I'm so sorry.
At times.
Sandman.
Isn't
Oh.
that normal?
Oh, it's painful. Someone hold me.
I reach over and I grab your hand and I squeeze it.
Oh,
I walk up to
As-
Sandman and I slap him on the back.
Okay, so she kissed you. Did you kiss
Aye.
her back? Her tongue was used occasionally. Did you?
I felt it was expected of me.
Oh,
oh, that's
awful.
I liked it.
okay. Very complex
Am I
situation
not
and
supposed to
scenario
like it?
here.
No, you are. It's just it's the whole I felt like it was expected of me, so I kissed back. Like if I got that
Obligation.
if I
Are
got
you
that feeling from you,
telling
I'd be like,
me-
no, fuck this.
Are you telling me that you knew what you were supposed to be doing when you returned?
Oh, so we're talking about something else.
We're talking about something
We're
else.
talking about something else. She gave you the kiss of death and, got all riled up while she was doing it and kissed you. Was there blood in her mouth with her tongue and all that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. She was turning you and got excited, and I meant other kissing.
Did
Why
it
would you?
stand up at least?
Are you talking of what?
Sandman,
I was standing, yes.
listen. Ladies like when you're a little wild, you take a risk. Yeah, you went back and forth so many times, but you gotta kiss her back. And if you don't, then, or if you did, she might not have doomed you to an eternity of loneliness or whatever this is. Listen, some things are just better left unsaid.
Do you feel lonely, Fenrir? I don't feel lonely at all. I have you three.
I'm great. I'm
You
great.
all know the rules. Romance is behind us. We are called to a greater purpose.
Well, I mean, we can be called to a greater purpose and still, think about it, right? As long as we don't do it, we can
Nuns
talk about
shouldn't
it.
touch each
Suppose
other.
that is all right.
The ecstasy
You're the one who
of
brought it
Saint
up.
Teresa?
I did not. I was asked how I
It's
was
true.
turned.
Well, but you didn't have to describe her as alluring, and you didn't have to mention the kissing part.
I never
But I'm
lied to
grateful
you.
that you did. We are grateful that you did.
Yes.
It was a-
Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing.
It was very lovely.
As this conversation is happening, there is a smoke that billows over the treetops to our east. The smoke is a strange violet color. That's the signal. Remember, it is a quite large barn. It is abandoned towards the edge of the town. This town has always had a kindred presence.
Yeah, but it's
Well-
never had an issue before, right?
No. We are, in a place called Massachusetts. But where exactly doesn't matter.
All right.
What matters
Can
is
you-
we complete our mission.
Yes, can you run us through it again?
We believe that kindred have been committing the greatest crime here. Diablerie. There have been reports of someone very powerful in this small town.
Yes, but diablerie is not really... I mean, it is our business, but it isn't our business, right? Like, what makes it our shit?
They were warned.
I see. Okay. Alright.
All right. And the punishment?
Death. They must be stopped. These are our orders. Now, as far as entering the barn, I will go with Fenrir to the front. Yaga, you will take the rear.
Okay.
I want Krasta to go to the roof, into the rafters, and watch over us.
Do you want
Yes,
her
of
in
course.
form or out?
In to start, but be prepared for anything.
Yes, of course.
Alright.
I start to like jump like lightly where I'm standing, like I'm like hyping myself up. Just tell me where you want me, Sandman.
I start doing that as well, a little bit. Like, just following the lead. Like, oh yeah, okay, I want to do this too. Okay. Okay.
Just tell me where you want me. I'm your guy.
I
Remember?
What's the
approach
signal?
him and I start hitting his chest. Ah,
Yeah.
you ready?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. On your lead this time.
Yes. You'll know the signal.
Okay.
When the doors break open, we'll take them by surprise.
So the doors breaking open is the signal? I'm just worried. I don't want a tongue situation happening where there's a very clear signal and I'm not picking up on it.
Oh,
I don't understand.
Yep. That's what I was trying to avoid. So doors breaking down is the signal. That's
Yes,
it. That's the
doors
tongue in the
breaking
mouth.
down
Got
is
it. Okay.
Just look for the
That's-
signal.
Got it. Okay. I'll be waiting in the back.
ready?
I'll be listening.
Let's go.
Okay.
A
when you say
few.
let's go, I
Yes.
I suddenly, swiftly leap into the air and then transform into a moth.
All right, I would say, honestly, less than a minute later, we're all in position. We're
Yeah.
vampires. We're very fast. And I take Brad Fenrir's cloak and I pull him close and I say, "This is it, brother."
This is it.
Pat him on the chest. And then together, I think, yes, we both kick the door down, break it open. On three. One,
Yeah,
two,
kick it.
yeah.
Kick it. Douche.
We burst through the door, and in front of us, there is an empty barn. There is,
What does that smell?
yes. Something is wrong.
What
Is that?
What?
It stinks of something.
It smells like a rotten egg. What is
Yes.
that?
I'm scanning the room like at a low stance. Still like really hyped up, but checking do I see anything in the barn.
Yeah, so it is dark in the barn, but on the other side you see Yaga. She's in a shadow, but In the center of the barn, there is a wooden chair. It's not a wooden chair you'd find in a town like this. It looks ornate. And it is shining in what little moonlight is coming from the rafters. Glistening, I should say.
With blood? Is it slick with blood? Sorry,
You see that?
you went into GM mode and I went into player mode. Is there blood on this chair?
You couldn't tell from where you are.
Okay.
I would like to roll. I'm in the upper rafters as
Yes.
a moth, and so I can see quite a lot of things.
What are you trying to roll?
Investigation. Some sort of investigation.
Okay, let's do a roll.
You want me to step in or you got it?
Let me see here. So investigation should be...
Mm-hmm.
Is there an actual skill for that, or is it
Well,
two
Yes, there
stats?
is.
Yes, if you're doing, it could be wits awareness. It usually is like surprise, but
Oh.
if you're using any sort of magic, you could do like wits aspects.
Yeah, it's up to you. I think investigation should be one of the rolls, but you can use whichever. You can use wits,
All right.
or if it's magic, it would be like wits and then your magic.
Right.
So like
I
aspects.
don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I don't have any Auspex ability,
Okay.
so I'm just going to go with investigation wits.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty level
That's all you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
2.
All right.
And what are you looking for exactly?
I'm just trying to get a lay of the land, everything that's in the
From
in.
your position, you can see that it is blood covering this chair. And there are dark patches of blood underneath it as well. And directly underneath the chair is a drain.
A drain.
Yes.
We would certainly have some sort of signal between my moth self and the rest of you. The question
How does
is
that work?
what?
Are we linked in some way?
Oh,
Your
I
moth
think-
can
I think so.
communicate with us.
Yes, I think I would be able to. I think I must be able to. No?
Do
I
you
think so,
imagine
too.
that the clan, when you work as a team, you do some sort of ritual magic together?
I was
Yeah.
going to
Yep.
say, we did a ritual when we became a team.
Right.
And it probably marked us as well. I believe we each have what might look like a tattoo to everyone else.
Okay.
But through this
Hold on,
mark,
I'm so sorry, because I'm obsessed with Stalker backstory. What does it look like, and does Stalker still have it?
well, if Stalker still has it or he doesn't, that's for you to discover.
Later. But what does it look like?
Well, I think we should decide together.
Okay.
What is this group? Is it a knife, a dagger, a fang?
I wonder if it's something from each of us. Because if it's still... Oh, it's not PBU. It's VTM, so it can be whatever the fuck we want.
What if it's a small katana crossed with the bolt from a crossbow?
Yep.
A dagger. They're crossed, and then the dagger is upright in between it, and behind them is a moth.
The moth. Yep. Holy shit. Yes. Yes.
I love this.
And the weapons actually look like the moth's pattern. So to anyone else, it would just be, why do you have that butterfly tattoo?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yes.
Let's go.
Definitely
Okay.
not on our lower backs.
No. I love it.
So we are
Alright.
connected through this mark, and I think you can communicate with limited vocabulary to us.
Okay.
Maybe thoughts, feelings, images, but it's not like talking
All right.
when you are in your form.
Okay. Then, in that case, you all get a sudden image, and it is of my perspective of the chair and the blood all over it and the floor. It's almost as if it's not as if you're seeing through my eyes necessarily, but you're getting like sort of an after image, as if you had.
Yes, I grab Fenrir by the cloak again and I say, "What is that?"
I don't see anything there. But it doesn't mean that there isn't anything there.
Is it some sort of, I don't know, feeding chair or something? And they strap their victims to it.
Come with me closely,
Yes.
and we'll, start inching our way towards it. If you're still, holding onto my cloak from behind.
Yes. As we get closer, there is sort of a high-pitched, slightly insane laughter that comes from all around us.
I immediately obfuscate.
Yes, I think I would as well. I tried to move to the darkness. A voice comes through. Have you come for me? Well, I suppose I could give you a gift. And as these words echo through the barn, another noise begins to build in sound. It is the sound of trudging feet. Many trudging feet coming down the main road towards the barn. Unmistakable to our keen ears. Their feet slapping in the mud.
One pair?
As many
Shit.
Come for you. Yes, we have. And I will unsheath the katana.
Yes,
And then I want to obfuscate as well.
yes. Everyone obfuscates successfully who wants to. I have my daggers out. Krasta, are you doing anything?
I'm trying to look around myself. Being in a moth form does leave me a little bit more vulnerable. So I'm considering what my options are. Either I leave my form in order to obfuscate, or I stay where I am and hope I am not found. So I would like to land on a wood beam and try to hide in away.
All right. I think there is actually a stealth roll you could do.
All right.
So it'd probably be like stealth and, let's see, what's that? Dexterity?
If she doesn't have an actual obfuscate ability, then yeah, you could do.
Well, she's in her moth form, so she's not obfuscating. She's just trying to blend in.
I'm thinking of the way. Yeah, I'm thinking that I cannot do both at the same time. Is how I'm thinking of it personally.
Yes,
yeah.
But I do think moths in my brain would kind of sort of have an advantage. Maybe one extra
Camouflage.
bonus die for camouflage. Yeah. So
I think you can put a bonus in, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So difficulty then would be 2. 1?
Difficulty would be 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Easy.
All right.
You're in the dark in the rafters.
Okay.
And
Right.
yes, so you successfully, no one would see you unless they were right next to you.
All right. Perfect.
You're very, very well camouflaged there. So as we do this, we each find our bit of shadow. The doors start shaking as fists are pounding on it. We know you're in there! Our lady wants you! We will tear you apart! All of these different voices are screaming. There's a frenzy. It feels as if the mob has come for us. There are lanterns that are shedding a pale golden light through the cracks of the barn. There are many shadows flitting across the light of these lanterns, and we are surrounded. The main barn door is being banged on. The back door is being banged on. People are climbing up onto the sides of the barn to get into the rafters, to get into the lofts. What do you do?
I try to send a feeling through the bond that we have of fear. Should we escape?
You would definitely be able to sense that these are all mortal humans that are outside.
That changes things.
Right.
Then we'd have to
You can
kill them
smell
all.
their blood. Perhaps they are fighters, perhaps not. But
But I just remembered it is 1912, and we do have a duty to uphold the masquerade here. So if these people are coming hunting something that we are also hunting, we probably don't want to leave them alive.
yes.
I think you would see me be rather calm. And I'm approaching the chair still. Do I see anything in it?
Yeah. There's nothing in the chair that you can see. You can roll do an investigation and wits roll. And we'll put the difficulty at 2 and see what happens.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I'm really taking a look at it. Let me see here. Wits investigation.
Yeah, you click on the investigation first, and then wits can be your secondary.
Okay, this is probably not going to work, but we'll see. And then you said 2?
Yeah.
Ooh. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. Pool size modifier is just 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a success. So, yes, you look down at the chair and it matches the image that was sent to you earlier from Krasta. The chair is this sort of old oak. It was probably very delicately crafted by a master hand. The intricacy of the carving of the back of the chair is impressive. And there is a sort of like at the top of the back of the chair, there is a beautiful like gargoyle almost carved into it with its mouth wide open, fangs, and coming down all of it. There is blood coming out of its mouth, all down the chair, all across the seat, covering the arms, the legs, and all of the blood appears to have pooled underneath the chair, and there is a drain there. Just a standard grate over the drain, and the blood is all pooling and draining down that way.
I wonder where that goes later.
Yes, as you are investigating.
Same thing.
Yeah, so as you two are, go ahead.
Oh, just question.
Mhm.
We're bonded. We've worked together for a long time. Do I know what our method of escape is? Like, I know I can go into a puff of smoke. I know you can turn into a moth. I know that Sandman can obfuscate. And Fenrir, do you have shapeshift as well? Protean, I imagine? I imagine that you do, right? You must turn into a wolf of some
I think
sort.
so.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know if it would be on the sheet. I'm just
no.
asking what you imagine your
Okay.
character would be able to do.
I think I would be used to like obfuscating away.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
if I needed to.
Yep, so you two
Yeah.
obfuscate and we turn into mist and moth. Okay, got it. Okay, just so I know how the fuck
Yeah.
we get out of here. Okay.
We do have the ability to, we're used to sort of observing and investigating from afar,
Mhm.
and if we need to, we can pull out quickly
Okay, okay.
so that no one even knows that we were
ever
there.
Okay.
And that's important.
So then
us.
I'm fucking waiting. Okay.
But
Mhm.
we have been working up to this moment.
Mm.
Like, this isn't something that we were just told about yesterday.
Okay.
We've been planning this, and this is the day, this is the night,
Okay.
and we expected them to be in this barn. Everything said that they would be, based on the activity in the town.
Were we expecting the mortals?
We knew that there were people in the town.
Okay.
But we were not expecting them to
Them
all
to
rush
get pitchfork. Okay, got it.
the barn with pitchforks and torches and
Okay.
So yeah, so there's still like rattling of the door, and the door is broken, so they're coming in.
Okay.
Like we've
Yep.
only had moments.
I was about to unlatch it so that they could come in, so that's fine.
Yes. Yeah, we
Yep.
kicked the door open, so it's
Yeah.
broken.
Yeah.
So they're coming in.
Okay.
But as they do, you do your investigation, and I'm sending everyone a signal saying, we will not run. This is our night. We must complete this.
I send back French kissing.
I'm confused. But
No one is surprised.
I think that means that you're ready to go. So,
So it certainly does.
so so the first few, I think that I would actually say wait until they all come in, I think is what I would... We want to do this all in one. So the humans, like, they all start bursting in there, and they are... Who can they see right now? Is it just... Because I'm obfuscated.
I think we're all obfuscated, and we've got a hiding
Are you
moth.
obfuscated as well, Zambi?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
When I heard that giggle, I was like, it's time to...
Yeah.
Yes,
Obfuscate.
okay, right. So they all run in, and they're, you know, they have a sense of urgency. They're kind of like the boyfriend at the bar who just saw, like, someone messing with his girl. Like, that kind of energy. They're, like, headstrong, just, like,
Foolish.
charging straight. Yeah, foolish, charging
Foolish
straight
Mirggles.
into this with no idea of, you know, what's about to happen. They don't care. They're just ready to punch. They're ready to stab with their pitchforks, light things on fire with their torches. Well, which are actually lanterns. But so they get all the way into the barn. They pour in from the broken door, and some come in from the back door that Yaga came through. And then there's also
Sorry, they
some
come through the back door that I came through?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
like break it down if you latched it. And
no,
they
I definitely let it open, but
you let it open. Okay, yeah. So they come
okay.
in that way as well. And then there's some that come into like the loft as well, which would be near the rafters.
Okay.
So, you know, it's a standard barn. So there's like half of the barn has like a loft over it where they would keep hay up there. So there's no hay, to be clear. This barn is completely empty except for the chair. But yeah, these people come up to they're up on the loft as well. There's probably about, I want to say like 20, 25 people in the barn.
I send a feeling, imagery of, is there anything on the floor? Like, I'd like to look with magic eyeball to see if I'm getting a very bad feeling that whatever is in here wanted these people to come in here and spill blood on this very clean floor. So I'm looking to see if there are sigils or anything on this floor.
Okay, yeah, let's roll. You can also investigate, but I'm sure, do you have anything
Let me check.
special?
No, I do not. Not for this. So I roll maybe occult investigation or occult awareness, or...
Yeah, you want to, so you're looking for magical stuff.
Yeah, I want to see if there's any sign of a ritual fucking bullshit on the floor.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficulty of 3.
Okay. Would you like intelligence or wits as my second attribute?
How are you, what state of mind is your character in right now? Is she calm and
I'm pretty calm. I'm a little excited. Although I will say I'm excited thinking, oh, here comes some mortals and we're going to have some fun and this is what we've been waiting for. But then it's just very quick. I suddenly realized the barn has been prepared. It's empty. There's nothing in it. There's no hay. And then I go, what the fuck would I do? I would lure them. Spider. That's probably an image I would send to the group, is spider in the web. Like, be careful. I think they did this on purpose. So maybe a slight bit of like, oh shit.
Yeah, I would say that if you think that your character is being analytical in this moment of, there is some chaos going on, you know, like all these people are flooding in and you guys are in combat mode. But if you think your character can just pause the instincts of battle and be analytical and intelligence, otherwise I think it'd be wits.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go wits. I don't think I have time to sit and patiently analyze the floor. I think I'm just really quickly like, holy shit, are we fucked?
That's wits for sure, I think.
Okay. Any modifier? Are we good at 0?
0.
Okay. Difficulty you said was 4?
3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
You get a crit there.
Fuck yes, I did.
Yeah, so your Yaga is like standing in the shadows next to this back door, and these people are flashing in past her, and you have a moment where you think, wait a minute, this feels like familiar and off at the same time, and you think to look around, and you're looking down at the floor, and as you're looking at the floor, you see, as the people are running in, someone runs in with a lantern, and it lights up the boards of the wall, the barn next to you.
Shit.
And there is a sigil
Shit.
on there.
Do I recognize the sigil?
I think with that occult wits roll of 6 successes, you do. And yeah, your instincts are right.
Okay.
But as you... Well, what do you do? Yeah. What is
we can only send images and feelings to each other, correct? Or is that only
yeah,
when
if
she's
you
in moth form?
speak,
Yeah.
you'll break your obfuscation.
Yep. Okay. So then I think the image that I send to them is definitely a... Can we send what we're actually... Well, it doesn't matter.
You and I can send words to each other because we're not a moth right now, I think.
That's right. Okay. But I think this is very fucking interesting and I love it. So I'm going to lean into it.
Sure.
I'm going to send you an image of a fucking huge ass spider in a corner with a whole bunch of flies on the floor. And then there is a red sigil on the floor of the web. So it should be very clear to you all that, like, I've just said this in imagery of a trap, because I don't think I can send you what I'm seeing through my eyes. I think I'd have to actually spend magic to do that. So I'm just sending you a fucking daydream image of a spider in the room looking at us all, and you can feel my slight concern because I know we're hunting something serious. You can feel a little bit of confusion because I thought what we were hunting didn't do blood magic like this. So there's a little bit of confusion there, and then there is an underlying current of excitement. I kind of want to just let this happen so we can watch and see what we're up against.
Okay.
Which is not what we should be doing. We should stop this from happening, but...
Right. Yeah, So before we continue, I need to know where everyone is exactly.
Yep.
I know that you were by the back door, right? Because you unlatched it.
Yeah, I unlatched it. I'll be like off to the side waiting for them to come in, but I'm I'm very much by the back door.
I'm by the front door that we kicked in.
Standing right in front of the chair.
You're standing in front of
Holy
the chair.
shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still in the rafters. I'm
You're still in the rafters in moth form.
Yeah, I'm.
She's just
huddled
on
up
the
in some
fucking
sort of-
ceiling, like wings flapping, like here I come. Oh my god.
So, yeah, I think the response from Sandman is sort of like, I understand what you're saying. This could be slaying these mortals could be a mistake, and I reiterate that to the other members, and then I say, caution, give it hold.
And
let's see what happens.
Wait, you and I can talk to each other though, right?
Yeah, we can speak.
Then I'm going to try to speak to you. Does this fucking work?
With our mind.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Either we let them get killed and potentially power whatever up is happening, or we kill them outside the circle and prevent this from happening.
We could lure them outside.
Would you like me to do that? Decide quick.
Yes.
Can I hear this?
Yeah, because you're not a moth.
Okay.
I think she can hear it. She just can't talk. She would just be.
Yep. Ooh, I like
She would
that.
just send images back.
Okay.
Before we do anything, though, all the villagers are now inside, or the townsfolk are now inside. They're holding their lanterns up. They're, some of them have shotguns, and some of them have, actual, like pitchforks and like tools and stuff. But they are all sort of looking around like, they were supposed to be in here. We're here to protect you, mistress. And they are just searching the whole barn. And then you might notice that actually give me some kind of like perception check
Zambi,
on.
he hasn't rolled yet.
Yeah. Give us a perception check. So that'd be, I think,
It could be-
investigation, right?
Wits awareness usually, because if you're like,
let's do wits awareness. So awareness is the first thing you click, and then
click
wits.
on your feet. Yep.
And it's just a difficulty of, I think actually 3, because everything's happening so fast. Oh, not quite. Okay. So yeah, you notice that some of their movements are mirrored. Like the group is it's quite a few people on the ground floor. There's maybe like a half dozen in the loft, but everyone on the bottom floor it's kind of crowded. It's a big barn, but there's someone close to everybody in this moment. There's a couple people close to all of us, and you can tell that sometimes when one person turns, like 2 other people in your vision turn the exact same way, and it's a little strange. But not everyone is moving like, automatons all exactly the same. But anyways, as they're searching for you, you get the feeling that they can't see anyone. But then you hear, hiding from me? I think not. And there are 5 villagers next to Fenrir that all of a sudden just all of their heads turn to him. And in that moment, Fenrir, you can see that the color of their eyes are not brown or blue or green or gray, but red. And they look right at you. And one of them tries to, all at the same time, one of them tries to stab you with a pitchfork. One of them shoots their shotgun at you. One of them, has a kitchen knife and charges you. And the other 2 similarly attack you. But you're a vampire, so what do you do?
I'm able to get hit through obfuscation. Is that right?
Yeah, it doesn't make you invincible. Okay. So what obfuscation is you're tricking their mind into not seeing you.
Jedi
Gotcha.
You're
mind
still,
trick.
yeah, it's a Jedi mind trick. Yeah, you're still there.
So yeah, I think with the just shock of it all, seeing that they can see me in the middle and they all locked onto me, I think I would get pretty surprised by this amount of damage coming in that I might just fly back, maybe back into the chair. I want to say, if I'm
oh yeah, okay. So you stumble back into the chair and discover that it doesn't budge. So you're just sitting in the chair, and a splat sound as your posterior smacks against the pool of blood in the seat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, does anyone else do anything?
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. If he's been attacked, for sure.
The rest, we can see, because we're all in the corners and we have better vantage points, that all of the villagers are looking at Fenrir and running towards him.
Sandman, are we doing something?
Kill them.
Yeah.
Kill them all.
Wait for your command, and then I immediately, as soon as you say that, I'm going to... I'm going to do blood sorcery. I'd like to do blood puppet. It's a rouse check, and I gain temporary control over one singular target's body, and I can force them to perform an action against their will. Draw a weapon, speak my words, drop a relic. The victim can resist each turn with a resolve composure test. The effect lasts for 1 turn per margin of success.
Yeah, I mean, this is immortal. You're a vampire. You do this.
Okay,
What
cool.
do you want them to do?
Fan-fucking-tastic. I just pick one. Probably one that was closest to Fen. Actually, that's not true because he can take care of himself. I'll take one of the ones that's closer to me that's running towards him.
They have a kitchen knife in their hand.
Perfect. I want them to start repeating... Oh, there's no TV. It's 1912. I want them to start repeating an etiquette book that I read that I thought was absolutely bullshit, talking about how to prepare for a dinner party. They're just shouting it at the top of their lungs. And then they turn to their neighbor and they just start going like, and you serve for 3 people, and they just start stabbing the person next to them.
Yep.
And I have a wicked grin on my face and my eyes turn yellow in the dark. Just a tiny glint.
Salad forks on the right! Salad forks in the right!
Yeah, exactly.
And they're just, so there's blood just, yeah, you kill one of the people on the ground floor that way. What's going on? So up in the loft, these people are jumping down, trying to get to Fenrir. Like a couple of them break their ankles and they're dragging themselves across the floor.
Okay.
They are stirred up into like a frenzy. This is really strange behavior. You've never seen this many humans act this crazy all at once like this.
All right. I will leap off of the rafters that I'm currently hiding on and flap down, and as I'm in the air I will transform back into myself. And as I am sort of falling down to land on the ground, I will use Scorpion's touch in order to change my blood into a paralyzing poison. And then as I'm like, when I land, I'll bite into my wrists and throw my wrists out and just splash my poisonous blood all over.
I'm sorry
all the
to
humans
geek
that are
out,
around me.
but do you know what's so cool about that is that you're biting and then you're spreading like wings. You just go, and oh, that's so sick!
That's so good.
And any mortal that takes damage from this will go unconscious.
Whoa!
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So you do this, and like as you're gracefully falling from the ground, and you sort of move your arms to the side, and this spray of blood goes across. I'm gonna say probably like 5 people get hit by this. They sort of they're all like. Some of them are crawling towards Fenrir. Some of them are sprinting full out. You know, like they have guns, they have kitchen utensils and pitchforks and other like farm equipment. And they all the 5 of them just sort of collapse to the ground after about half a second from when your blood hits them.
I will stomp on one of their heads.
Yeah, it smashes like a ripe pumpkin.
That's right, I forgot. Killing mortals for vampires is like crazy easy.
Yeah, there's like, unless these guys were, you know, a SEAL Team 6 or something, I don't think you should really have to roll for most of this.
I think they say that. I think they say you don't really when you're fighting mortals. It's just fucking field day.
So I guess, yeah, my turn. Yeah, I immediately am. I'm coming up behind those that are running towards Fenrir, and I have dual daggers, and I'm just hitting neck, like severing spines, taking out like tendons in the legs and stuff so that they're hamstringed. Like I work through like 3 or 4 of them. And then some of them do get to Fenrir though. And I think I'm just gonna do a couple rolls here. Okay, yeah, so like the guy with the pitchfork like tries to stab you, and I think you're able to. Do you think you would dodge? Do you think that would be your move, or would you like grab it, or because he fails this for some reason? Oh, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I would grab the pitchfork like in my hand, like right before it hits my chest.
Do you want to just like counterattack him right now?
I just want to like push it through him, like if
you
he's
push the handle. Yeah, you push the handle
I want to
through
like
him.
Oh no.
Grab it and then push it through him.
Do you lift him? Do you lift him up
Like
with
a
it?
fucking 4-year-old? No?
Like I think just by the sheer like push, he's getting like lifted up in the air.
Yeah.
And then just like tossed.
You destroy his spinal cord when you're doing this, so he can't move. He's just laying on the ground. But if you take the time to notice, he's still murmuring.
Still alive.
I will. Yeah, he's still alive. I will. He's murmuring, for the mistress, you will die. The next one is like someone throws a kitchen knife at you, and it just kind of like clangs harmlessly against the chair. And then somebody else punches you in the face, and it does absolutely nothing. And they start grabbing their hand, like in pain, but they're still looking at you, and they're saying, like, for the mistress, you will die. And then the last person levels a double-barrel shotgun at you and unloads both rounds. And it does sort of like, it does hit you. And I'll let you tell me how. It's not like you're a vampire. You can take a double barrel shotgun shell, but like it does strike true. So it's, how does health work in this? We have like 6 or so. You'd lose like 1.
We have aggravated damage, and then we have superficial damage.
This is superficial damage. So you bleed, but it's not gonna even slow you down.
I think technically mortals can't even do superficial damage to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it has to hit a certain amount. I'll double check. You keep going. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
We do whatever.
So, how do you can narrate this if you want. It hits you.
Yeah, like I like dodge that knife, and then get like punched in the face from the other side, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Like. And like I feel like after I get punched, I like look up at like Sandman through the crowd, and we like lock eyes, and you see like I'm kind of worried for a second, like just completely took by surprise since the moment I got shot back into the chair. I'm like, what the hell? Why are they all coming for me? And I like lock eyes with you, and then you just hear like boom, boom from the double barreled, and it like hits me in the chest, and I think you said that chair is not budging, right? Like it's
the
fully
chair
planted
is
on the ground.
Yeah.
Fucking freaky.
So like I just like smack back against the back of the chair again, and there's like smoke raising up from my chest from where the bullet hole is.
Yeah.
And I just want to like,
That's super cool. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, that's really, really cool.
I just want to like push those bullets out of me though, if I could, just like.
Oh, 100%. That's so
Wolverine
cool.
in 2002 or whatever, when it like falls out of his forehead. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. And I think I'm going to skip ahead in the turn order, and I'm going to go next. And
Yeah.
a dagger, you're looking at this guy who just shot you with a shotgun, and all of a sudden a dagger handle is protruding out of the side of his head, and he slumps to the ground. I just, tossed a dagger right into his temple. And then I throw another dagger, and I hit the guy with the pitchfork. And then I will, I come up behind one of them, and I take his hand that's on a revolver, and I use his finger to pull the trigger. And I just start gunning down a few people. And then I save the last bullet for him before it's the next person's turn.
Top around, I think me.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
go next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Then I am going to boil some blood here.
Yeah.
And I pick 3 mortals that are closest to me, and I begin to blood boil. So I think it's just they're running forward and then stop and stiffen for a moment as they start to twist and scream as they're boiling from the inside out, and then they will explode and do damage to other people around them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The person you had control over is like shaking their head, and they're on top of this mangled chest of the person that they were stabbing and talking about like dining room etiquette to. And if you had a moment to look at them, the audience sees this, I don't know if we do, but they sort of shake their head after you do that, and their eyes are blue for a moment, and they take in the room and the knife in their hand and the blood all over everything in complete and utter horror. And then some caustic blood hits them in the face and melts into their neck, and they die gurgling, confused.
Horrifying.
You kill a few of them with that. There's not a lot left going on in the room at this point. There's maybe 4 or 5 people still standing.
I would like to go up to one of them. I'm seeing this skill. I don't know if this is how this skill works, but I would like it to work this way. Scour secrets. I would like to drink the blood of one of these mortals and see who this lady is and who we're fighting and like what is going on here.
Yeah, I mean, you can easily come up behind one of them and just start drinking blood from their neck if you want. You want from their neck, from their wrist, whatever.
From the back of their neck. Yeah. I'll just come up and like literally just like at the base of their skull.
Yeah, there's a guy with a hunting rifle who's like aiming a shot at Zambi right now.
Oh, I will go for him.
Yeah, you fall down on him and you come up behind him and you just start feeding into the back of his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly how I do have that spell actually on one of my characters, and I think
I've been trying to look up exactly how it works.
Yeah,
but
I think I might have it written down so to make sure for the VTM fans out there, we can make sure that we're getting this right.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, while you look that up, I did look up the damage, and damage from mortals. It is superficial damage. However, vampires have the superficial damage they take from any non-supernatural source rounding up.
Yeah.
So if they shoot and deal 3 damage, the vampire only takes 2, and it's superficial. So it's very, very hard to kill a vampire if you're immortal.
Yeah, it would probably then end up being like 1 superficial damage, I think.
However, all fire damage is aggravated damage. So if they're using their torches, then we might be in
they threw
trouble.
their oil lanterns at us, that could get us.
We would be in trouble, yep.
Actually, I don't think that's how this works.
Yeah, you unleash rivulets of your own blood. and you search for information on a subject. Yeah, I used this once in the campaign, I think.
There's also
okay.
there is a like, I think it's a ritual though, where you drink someone's blood and learn, because Sophia had that, right?
Yeah, there's a taste
yeah.
for blood.
Yep.
You taste a drop of blood. The user can discern certain basic traits of the one to whom it belongs.
Yeah.
But that's more like determining someone's stats,
or
right?
sire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
clan,
you can determine
really, yeah.
resonance and intensity. I'm gonna say you can get something from this if you want to do it. If you want to drink this guy's blood and roll a resolve plus blood sorcery roll.
I'm sorry, I just Googled using blood to find out information without putting on VTM. So my Google just thinks like
You're a psychopath.
No, okay.
I'm a psychopath.
So just roll resolve, and
I just love playing in the PBU so much because I can just be like, PB,
Yeah.
I would like to do this.
yeah, roll a
He's got it,
roll a
though.
1d100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll a 1d100.
We
okay.
could do Wits Resolve because she probably doesn't have blood sorcery on her sheet, or you
On
could
her
do
sheet.
a cult.
I
you could do a
don't.
cult.
41.
41. Okay. Yeah, this works. He's immortal, and you're an awesome vampire, so this isn't very hard. It was like a 50. So you got it.
Okay.
Yeah, you taste his blood, and it gives you...
Tastes like Old Spice. Sorry.
Yes, it tastes like Old Spice.
1912
You
Old
taste his-
Spice.
You taste his blood, and the barn goes silent for you. Everything, the light from the lanterns, the moonlight coming in through the rafters, fades away. You are in blackness, darkness, and all you can see, and you don't know how, because there is no moonlight, but you can see this sort of violet and green sort of smoke around you. And a woman's voice is all you can hear now. You want to be mine, don't you? You want to make your mistress happy. Kill those in the barn, and you can have anything you desire. And that's the vision I'm going to give you. After this, the smoke sort of fades away, and the light comes back from the moon and the lanterns, and this feels like it's like a full 30 seconds for you, but as you come out of it, you realize it was a half a moment.
Okay. Crazy. That's the end of my turn, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to send a message or something
To that person?
to your team?
Oh.
You can do
yeah.
one more thing if you want.
I would like to send the image of that I just saw to everyone, if I can.
Yeah. I mean, you're not a moth right now, so you can talk to us too. But if you want to send the image, you can do that.
Weird thing. I think I never speak to you guys. I think I'm always, I think because I can't do it as a moth, I think maybe in my mind, half the time I think I'm a moth.
So yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, 100%. And when we were having the conversation around the fire, before we came in here, or maybe there wasn't a fire, I don't know. But when we were all talking, sitting on some stumps, some tree stumps, about my, siring, we universal translated your images into words.
Yes. The whole time
Okay.
you were
The whole
using
time.
words,
So
but
I don't
you were
speak.
just yeah.
You've
yeah.
never
I love
spoken.
it. I love it.
The whole
I love
time
it.
it's just been images, and we're so used to it that we just automatically turn it into words.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
And because
I love
we're
this
all
so much.
connected, it's always the same words for all of us. We never get confused, and one of us think you said blue, and the other one thinks you said violet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's always
I love that.
we're always on the same
Okay.
page.
I love that so much. Okay.
Yeah. You send that image out to us, no problem. And then Zambi, there's 3 more. Actually, there's only 2. Yeah. There's 2 more of them, and they're right in front of you. One of them is holding a lantern, and like a rolling pin. She's wearing like an apron, and the other one is carrying like a. He's carrying like a old rusty like scythe.
Yeah, I want to use some celerity and like anime flash step behind these people with my katana, and I just want to like cut one in half and then like step and cut the other one in half in like a very like a split second, just like
so like they're running at you and they're speaking, you know, they're shouting, they're like, for the mistress, and they're running at you, and like there's a moment where they kind of like stop, and then the top halves of both of their body just slide off, and you know they slump over, and you know all their innards spill out, and that's the end of the combat, or so you think. But what's strange, especially this would especially be strange to Krasta. The mortals that you put to sleep are standing up again. How that is possible, you don't know. Usually when you put mortals to sleep with your blood, they're asleep for weeks. Like, they go into comas because of this. So, but these guys are up again. And they're not going after Fenrir anymore. They're going after you.
After me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're saying, for the mistress.
Okay.
One of them grabs your ankle. And the other 4 are charging you. One of them has a lantern. You know, the other 3 just have, like, small handheld makeshift weapons. And I'll let you
Can I react to this?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I will turn into a moth the moment one of them touches me, and then flap away.
You're gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I'm keeping an eye on everything, but yeah, I'm hiding again.
Okay. What, they're...
I have a plan. I don't know if I can execute it now, though.
Do your plan. Do it. They're like slipping around on the ground, like trying to get to their feet.
There's so much blood.
The ground is so bloody at this point. They're slipping, tripping over the bodies of people that they used to know and love. They're trying to pick up like any good weapons that they can find from their fallen comrades. And one of them's, you know, like they're looking through the darkness with the lantern. Remember, it's dark in here, so like it's hard for them to see without these lanterns.
Yeah.
And you turn into a moth, so they're like, you know, looking around for you.
I turn into a moth, and then I send you all the image of the grate beneath the chair. And then I'm going to fly into the grate beneath the chair to see what's under there.
You successfully fly underneath there. And we're going to come back to you in a minute.
Sounds good.
So what do you 2 do with these remaining humans?
You first, Fenrir.
How many are there left?
There's about 5 of them. They're all sort of... one of them has like a broken ankle and is crawling around. The other 4 are kind of slipping and trying to get to their feet, and they're stumbling over their friends and stuff. They're looking for the moth.
Does the one with the broken ankle have a weapon in his hands?
Yeah. He has like a butcher's knife.
I want to like come up on top of him and like grab him by the back of his neck and then like lift him and then like shake him like really hard. Does he drop the knife?
Yeah, he drops the knife and his neck snaps.
Oh God. Okay, that was what I want to do, but I drop him on the ground.
Okay.
And
That's how powerful we are. You just,
And then
you just
tosses it.
accidentally
I
snap.
accidentally killed him. Yeah, it's like, okay, so I want to get my hands on one of these people, so then I'll start walking towards the other group, and they're all kind of like fumbling around. I think I'm gonna just chop through them until I could get to like the weakest one, or maybe one that doesn't have a weapon in his hands.
Okay, so would you leave the one that's just holding a lantern for last? Or would you leave the one that is holding like a, I don't know, another, like a hunting knife?
I think I'm just so annoyed by the like the knives and the gunshots that I just like chop through whatever, like whoever's holding a knife or something, and then go for that lantern person.
The one holding the lantern was the one that grabbed, Krasta's ankle before she turned into a moth. He's sort of like by the back wall, but on the opposite side of where the back door is, underneath the loft. And as you're approaching him, he's holding the lantern and he's looking at you, and he's, for the mistress, he's still saying those words, and his eyes are red. What do you want to do with him?
I just want to grab him and like pick him up.
Yep. He drops the
Assuming
lantern.
he's okay.
The lantern shatters.
Lantern
Continue.
shatters at our feet, and I'm like holding him up, and I'm looking in his deranged eyes, and I'm like, "Who are you? What are you doing?"
Okay. Yeah, he says, I am the mistress's servant, and I am going to kill you to get my reward. And he's like, it would be like a baby, like a literal baby trying to strangle you. Like, there's no way.
No power
But he is
behind
trying.
it,
Yeah, he's trying his hardest.
So he's got like his hands around my throat while I'm like holding him up, and I'm like, okay, and I just like in my hands just snap him. I think.
Okay, you just want to like break his neck?
Yeah, I just break his neck.
You just squeeze, and his neck like turns into kind of like, it would probably feel like tendons and like raw like hamburger meat, and you know, like some brittle bones in there too, just like a candy cane, like, and you just squeeze and it all shatters and his world goes black.
Yeah. I toss him to the ground beside me.
Yeah, so as we look around the barn, it is covered in blood. The corpses across the floor are leaking blood, and all of it is slowly moving towards the grate that Krasta went into. And we are now with Krasta. It's very dark down here. With your vampire eyes, you can kind of make out what's going on. There is, there's sort of like an altar, like a flat, raised surface. It's a circle, right underneath the grate, and there's a body laying on it. all around that grate in this, what you think is a circular room, the blood is slowly rising. The figure itself that's laying there is drenched in blood. It almost looks like the figure is blood. It's so covered in it. It's so bright red that even in this darkness you can see the color. Yeah, you're just kind of like hovering there as a moth, and you're taking all this in. What do you do?
I will sort of say to all of you, I'm going to speak, but obviously you're receiving this in images and feelings, okay? But now that we've established that you can convert my images and feelings into words. You all won't fucking believe this. And then I am describing, there's a woman. A woman? Is it a woman? Yeah.
No.
Oh.
It's a man.
There's a body down here. Blood everywhere. The blood is... I think it's feeding it. I think we were meant to kill them.
We were meant to kill the townspeople.
The mortals, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To fill this room with blood.
Yeah, and as you're saying this, like, so much blood is pouring down. It's not drips. It's like like 4 or 5 faucets of blood have been turned on. Like, it's just pouring down here. It almost seems like there's more blood pouring down there than could possibly be in these mortals.
Yeah.
It is coming from them. What does it you have a chance to react to this, to do something else if you want, and then we'll go back to the top.
Yeah. Is there anything else that I can see? Is there any like sigils or rituals?
And you can roll
symbols?
if you want to see if you can see more.
Yeah. I would like to.
It'll be the same.
Around.
Yeah. This you can use if you think you're calm. You can use your intelligence as your secondary, or if you think that you're just kind of reacting, I think it would be more wits.
Have we seen
either way,
anything like
it'd be
this
awareness
before?
Or investigation, huh?
Have you seen
anything?
like
You've seen
before?
a lot of blood. I mean, you've definitely seen some messed up stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't think this is like gonna shake you, but it's a little weird. Like you haven't seen this specifically.
Okay,
But
so
we're
I'll go with
vampire hunters.
then.
We're vampires that hunt vampires. So
Yes,
we
okay.
see
Crazy shit.
nasty, gory stuff often. It's probably not going to phase us.
All right, then I'm going to go for investigation intelligence.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to
And
analyze
difficulty?
this room. We'll give it a difficult. It's really dark down here, so I'm going to say 3.
But I'm a moth. Can
Are
moths see in the
moths
dark?
nocturnal? Can
Moths
they
are
see in the
nocturnal.
dark?
I don't
They
think
are
can see.
nocturnal. And
At
are they
night.
just blind, though?
Okay,
moths
well,
blind?
according to Google Gemini, moths have specialized compound eyes and neural adaptations that enable them to see effectively at night, particularly in low light conditions.
Nice. Okay.
Whoa.
But this is almost no light. However, I'm still going to give you a bonus pool or whatever. Like, you get a bonus to this.
Okay. Awesome.
It's basically you have dark vision. Is I think
Yeah.
what it is. Yeah.
You're a moth. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Okay. Sorry. So difficulty 2?
No, it's 3. You just get an extra pool.
So when it says bonus, you just add 1.
Okay, let me just quickly do that then. Intelligence bonus 1, and then difficulty 3. Not 23.
Oh,
2 of 3
no.
successes. Oh no.
Okay. Dang. Yeah, so you don't, it's really dark down here, but you do notice a couple of other things. For one, you can see that the room is made of stone, but it's like smooth and polished. And it's probably, I think it'd be really easy to logic that it is sealed. So like that's how the blood is rising so quickly. Like there's nowhere for this to go. It's like a polished stone that's perfectly sealed. So it's just filling up like a bathtub would, like a porcelain tub would, or like a pool, a swimming pool would fill up. It's just rising very steadily. From your perspective, it does look like more blood is coming down there than makes sense. But would you say that you have an analytical brain? I know that you rolled investigation intelligence, but would you say that you're that kind of person? Okay, so I think you could also logic that while this seems like more blood than the human body could let out, it actually isn't. It's just more blood than you would expect to come out of the body.
It's being
like
pulled.
There is that much blood in a body.
Yes.
But it basically all of the blood is coming out, not just like 50, 60, 70% of it. All of the blood from each of these corpses is coming out of it and coming down here. So that's what I'll give you for that. But you can't make out any sort of like sigils or anything like that.
Okay. All right. Can I make any movements?
Yeah, you can leave if you want. Or
I would like to leave. I would like to fly back out of that grate. Yeah.
You fly back out of the grate. And at the top, before you fly out, what is everyone else doing as they're noticing all this blood moving towards the center?
I would like to cast the spell Ashes to Ashes, which will turn the blood to ash before it gets down there.
Nice. Okay. And is there a roll to this?
It's a rouse check, actually.
Okay.
So let me do that real
So you
quick.
just get to do this, but it could cause you to get hungry. Okay.
Yep. Rouse check failed, so I do get hungrier.
You get hungrier. You're at 2 hunger now? Okay.
Yes, yep.
But you do succeed in this.
Yep.
Yeah, so the blood that is on the...
I would offer I need to make another rouse check if I want to get all this blood. It's a lot.
I think you... I don't know what the spell says, but...
It says it's for cleanup on, like, dead bodies and blood and shit, but there's just so much. I could do 2 more rouse checks just to see.
I think you can't get to the blood that is down below.
Yeah, just the stuff
but the blood that's on the top, let's say you get like half of it.
Okay.
Most of it has gone down there at this point. It's moving unnaturally quick.
Yep.
Like it's not like zooming. It's not like Sonic the Hedgehog moving light and fast. But you know how blood would trickle slowly? It's moving faster than that.
This is a spell that they're using,
noticeably.
actually. Yeah, they're withdrawing it from the body. It's fucking awesome. Yeah.
So what? Yeah, you take out half of it. Are you gonna do another rouse check to try to take out the rest?
Yeah, I think it's fair for me to do more than one.
Go ahead.
Because otherwise it's too much.
You failed again.
Yep.
You succeed in turning all the blood in this barn that's on the main floor of the barn to ash. But you are now at a 3 hunger, which is significant.
Yep.
You're hungry. And all the blood just turned to ash.
I think it's like, my eyes glow yellow a little bit. They kind of pulse like an ember. And I think my skin starts to crack a little bit like rotting bark. And you can see the hollows in my cheeks are more prominent. You all know I have I have a beastly form that it looks like I am starting to slip into by mistake because I am trying to do this quickly. I realize we've made a huge mistake. When I saw the ritual, I should have, we knew and we just were too centric to worry about it, and this is a mistake. So
Hey, Baba.
Yeah.
Baba.
Yes.
You okay? Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. And I'm like jumping up and down like we were before. Like, yeah, that was cool, right?
And
You
I
see the
like
guy with the shotgun?
I nod my head at him, but I'm not bouncing up and down. And every couple seconds, my eyes are darting back to the blood on the floor, and I'm really hungry.
Keep looking. Keep looking at me. Yeah, it was cool. The guy with the shotgun. Come on, keep looking at me. And I'm like trying to rouse you up, hype you up.
And it's clear I'm struggling, but I'm trying really hard to listen to you. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what's going on up here. Sandman, approaches you both and says, "Remember to stay calm. I do not think this is over." And did you sent us an image, right?
Yeah.
Of
Yep.
the person underneath. So
Yes, I did.
I am trying to like remove the chair.
Yeah.
Like, I'm using vampire strength to do that, and I'll actually get Fenrir to try and help me. So can you? Do you want to do a roll for me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think this would be like athletics, strength.
Yeah, I'll like come up to you and be like, "Let me help you with that."
Yeah.
And I like get like shoulder to shoulder with you, trying to move this thing. So brawl.
We can do brawl if we're like, gonna destroy the chair. Here we're gonna beat it up.
Well, it's just that brawl is strength based. Athletics is not.
Is athletics the dexterity one?
Yeah, I think so. Or
Okay,
wait,
so
I might have fucked that up. I always fuck it up in VTM, but brawl I think is the better one when you're trying to do your
Sure,
brute
we
strength.
can do. Yeah, we're gonna brute strength this. So we'll do brawl strength rolls, and we'll do. This is what we're gonna do. We're both gonna put ourselves down as a difficulty of 3, and we can use each other's successes.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. There's a difficulty of 3. All right, so I failed terribly, but you did great. You got 6 successes and I got 1. So together that's 7, and that is a success. So we, yeah, I think we like push our shoulders up against this thing and it doesn't budge at first. But then, you know, I'm still like kind of like rocking back and forth, like shouldering into the back of this chair, and you get like a running start. And I want to say, if this is okay, I'll narrate this. You just tackle me and the chair at the same time with like a full tackle, and like your shoulder goes into the small of my back, and then all of our strength together just sort of pushes this chair, and we hear this like this snap, like this big snap as the oak breaks and the chair falls forward.
Yeah, and we like, I'm like, my arms are wrapped around you, and we like roll and like slide in this blood on the ground, and I'm like laughing like a hearty laugh, like like
I probably
teamwork,
am too, yeah.
brother, teamwork.
Yes, we always come out on top, and
I'm on top of you.
So the 4 legs of this oak chair have snapped, and we tumbled forward with it. But the bottoms of the legs are still like stuck to the stone of the floor, and but it doesn't look like they're like, it's not like cement that they're sitting in or anything like that. If someone wants to take a closer look, but if you know, but it's weird. It's weird for sure.
I think as you do this, I'm like flying up through the grate, and you'll hear me sort of.
That's right.
Yeah. You'll hear me
fly over you as you.
You'll hear me go like, Sandman, Are you sure that we should do this? Should we leave? This is not what we thought it would be.
Yeah, I pause as we're on the floor, and I say one word that basically means, like, I want everyone's opinion, and it would just be thoughts. Thoughts?
I think you hear a strange squawking sound, like from a chicken. If you look over at me, my one hand is turning into like a claw talon, and I look like a yawning skull right now, and I cannot speak to you. I am in the middle of potentially beastly transforming. Which means I want to fucking fight.
I would immediately try to open the grate so we can get to some of this blood. For you.
Okay.
Is Yaga going to
I'm
make
helping
it?
you. Yeah.
I would like to go on record saying I tend to lose it, and I do not make proper decision making, which is why Sandman is the leader here. When I'm in this form, I just want to kill. So don't maybe count on my judgment.
I'm flapping around your head as you're trying to lift this grate because I'm like freaking out. And I would just be saying, like,
If you open that, it'll be potentially it'll be good for Yaga, but it could be very, very bad. There is something down there. It's not good.
We cannot feed on each other, you know this.
And I walk over, and I just take my chicken hands, talon, and I grab the fucking grate and I rip it up. Yep.
Absolutely.
Protean strength, and I'm just like, fucking yes, let's go.
You tear this
hungry.
grate off. It actually was just a heavy grate. It wasn't like latched in there or anything. As you're doing this, as myself and Fenrir are like on the ground, we might notice, or at least the audience notice, that the oak chair wasn't fully oak. It was inside of the oak, twisted into the oak, was dried blood, but it was strengthened somehow, and it made that chair
like a resin?
Something that it wasn't. Yeah. Exactly, like a resin. It was twisted into the oak. And so we can see those kind of like broken, twisting, like veins of blood, almost like the oak chair was a living thing. But we've fallen back from these 4 like posts that have been broken, and you see the like spiky, like snapped veins still sticking out with like wood splinters next to it as well. And the grate gets tossed aside, and there's a ton of blood down there. What do? You can smell it. You know it's there. There's a lot.
Oh, I'm drinking.
Did you jump down?
Yeah.
Okay, you jump down and you're splashing around in the blood and drinking it.
I'm just like mouth open, neck back. I'm just taking as much of the blood as I possibly can.
As this is happening.
Yeah.
Almost as thirsty as me. And the moonlight with the grate gone can show you guys the scene down there a little bit more. The moonlight from like the big open windows that barns have is spilling in, and you can see down there that Yaga is covered in blood and drinking it in, and it's probably like thigh deep pool of blood in this small chamber. And the blood had just barely reached the top of the like pedestal altar thing that this body was laying on. And there's a moment where the 3 of us, like time sort of slows down, and we can see the blood slowly pooling and creeping across the altar, and it just barely touches the small finger of this figure. And as that happens, a scream comes from this body. And it, both arms out, its head up, rises from the plinth straight out of the open grate. And it's unmistakably a kindred covered in blood. And I will give everyone a chance to react to this. What do you guys do?
Is this our target?
Yeah.
I leap on him and rip his throat open with my teeth.
So you're in the.
I'm down
so
there
you
with
want to
him,
like
right?
jump? Well, he's risen out of. Do you like grab on him? Grab onto him or something as he's rising?
The moment I recognize that it's our target, I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna grab him with my talons, basically, and
I want.
stick them into his back and latch onto his ribs and use those to pull him down and fight him.
Brawl strength.
Yes, please.
Difficulty 4.
Oh boy.
Can she get pluses for being in her? Oh, never mind.
She nailed it. Yeah, we probably could have done that, given you an extra thing for being in your form, but you nailed it. However, I want you to keep in mind that 2 of those rolls, that was technically a success, but 2 of those rolls were on hunger dice. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
Although you're
it's messy,
probably,
right?
it's it's messy.
I think
but
that's
you're
fair. Narratively, that makes sense.
yeah, you can probably take one of your hungers off because you were
Okay.
just drinking in a pool of blood.
Okay.
You didn't get to do it for very long though, so we'll just say 1.
Okay.
And then so you
May I drink this bitch though?
You're clawing at his midsection in his stomach and like you're grabbing onto him as he's floating up, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna say that you tear into him.
Yeah.
And his flesh is rended.
Yep.
And his blood sprays onto you as well. He is still raising up into the air by some strong force that is not him.
Okay.
So he he's going up into the air and like his body is torn. He's
so I'm like, am I going with him? Am I just like
you're going
latched
with him.
into him like a fucking
holding
bird?
onto him. And what I want to know
like,
is when his blood is spraying onto you, do you have the will to resist drinking it?
no, I'm drinking him. I'm drinking him. I'm trying
Okay,
to. I'm so hungry. I know.
But you are aware you're not supposed to.
I know.
You're not supposed to drink from Kindred.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. So you would need to then roll a hunger frenzy test of difficulty 2 plus 2.
I'm so sorry. What is it? She said scariest chocobo and it took me out.
You are the scariest chocobo. You would need to roll a hunger frenzy test of difficulty 2 plus 2. So difficulty 4.
Frenzy, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Any pool modifier?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Okay. You said 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Fail.
Okay, so you are now in a frenzy.
Yep.
Which I believe means that you lose control.
Yep.
And you just attack. Whatever.
Or I just drink its blood, even though I know better.
We're gonna say that your turn ends with you, like he's rising out of the hole.
Yeah.
And this weird like
Fucking
bird,
owl
half bird,
yeah.
half half owl bird, half vampire. Are you fully transformed?
No, I'm just partially
you're
transformed,
like
yeah. So my skeleton is showing. It looks a bit like cracked bark. I have those wide yellow eyes, and I have the weird chicken talon for hands, and I'm just like, there may be some feathers somewhere, but I'm latched onto him, and I'm just, maybe I have a beak as well a little bit, and I'm just like fucking eating him, and I shouldn't be.
Yeah, so I want to say that...
So, quick question. We're not allowed to kill another vampire. Are we not allowed to drink?
We can kill other vampires.
No, I mean,
but our clan bane is if we drink, we can go into a frenzy if we drink other kindred.
Perfect.
That's what that is.
But it's
that's why we're not supposed to do it, because we'll lose control, and then we could fail the mission.
Like, yes.
No, it's not. You're not like breaking in Eidolon rule or anything.
Okay, just lore dropping for everyone.
Makes it harder for us to complete our task when people lose control. So I want to say that one talon is like hooked into his ass. Honestly, like if that's not like his, like the meat of his. I was imagining
into his rib cage, like fucking poked right in there into his rib cage.
Sure, we can go both.
We can do his feet on his hips, right? Like a fucking.
I was gonna say like
animal.
one is on the back, like his lower back, or like the top of his butt, and then like the other one is like on his thigh, and then you've pulled your beak up and you're like chewing into his like lower abdomen.
Perfect.
So he's raising up, and this weird owl bird creature is like eating his lower his lower intestines, just like just getting in there. And so he rises up out of this hole, and what do the rest of you guys do?
I think I would like stand you up, Sandman, and we're like both clutching each other's cloaks, and I like lean over the edge in the hole and see what's going on down there, and then I like look back up at you. I'm like, let's keep going. Baba, she's handling it. We're doing pretty well so far. Let's finish it.
We cannot hear you, Sandman.
Maybe try refreshing. Okay. Okay, so as the body is lifting up, you probably see that he's coming up out of the grate flying, and I'm just kind of attached to him. What do you do, Mirggles?
Yes. I think I would come out of being a moth, land on the ground, and my question would be how we kill things. Like, what is the ritual or the routine?
Wow.
Check.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, hello.
Take it away.
Yes.
Right. So what are you doing again?
Sorry.
She wants to know how we kill things with our
How
clan.
do we kill things?
We would know how to kill whatever the target. We would research that, and we know we need to behead this person.
We need to behead it. Okay.
Nothing wrong with snacking on some intestines first. Spaghetti.
So, I think
We would also know that as a group, our best, our strongest dude has a... Wait, which one of you has the katana?
Sam.
Yeah.
Zambi does, right?
Fenrir.
So
Fenrir.
Fenrir, the big strong guy, has a sword.
Yeah.
So we lean on that a lot for this kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so I will come out of moth form and land on the floor next to you guys and say, "Are you sure? Say the word."
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Go. We must kill.
So then I will... I'm just like flitting in between, like being a moth and being like, it's easy. So I flit back into a moth, I fly up over him, and then I will turn back into my my vampire form so that I land on top of his shoulders, and I'm trying to use my weight to push him down, and I'm holding his head in place.
You're holding his head. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Zambi, what do you do?
Are you like his ears? Are you holding like his head still, or are you holding like under his neck, or his...
I think I'm holding his head still, so I think my hands are like this on his head.
Okay.
So we have access to his neck.
Yeah, maybe it's like tilted back and she's like stepped away.
Yeah.
So there is a clean spot where your katana can go right through and it won't touch her, and it'll just she'll just be holding his head when you're done.
Yeah.
So I like look up at Krasta, holding him, and then like in a moment like look back at Sandman, and I just kind of give him like a look like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm like, is this what you want me to do? You want me to get up there and cut that thing's head off?
Yeah, you can tell that this is, yes, do it quickly.
Okay. So I would leap, like a dramatic leap up into the air, where I'm like completely leveled with this thing's neck, and I would attempt to slice it clean off with the katana.
Yeah, the katana comes in, and it's like many other times in a way where we've had to do things like this. Yaga has gone off course a little bit because she got hungry, but her ferocity has put us in a position where we can finish the job. The katana comes in for the killing blow, and right as it's about to connect with the neck, it instead hits the meat of this kindred's forearm as he's blocked your blow. And he speaks and says,
I have a purpose to serve. I will serve the mistress, and no kindred or any other will stop me.
And he throws both of you off of him. Baba Yaga, you fall to the floor. You're not injured, but you sort of fly off of him. And Krasta, you fly off of his back, and he is floating there. And he says,
you will now face the true wrath of a kindred with more power than you could possibly imagine.
And he continues to float up into towards the ceiling, the rafters of this barn, and blood is coming up out of the that room underneath the drain, and it is sort of twisting around him, and it is entering into his flesh from the wounds in his legs and his belly, and it looks like it's sort of replacing what was lost, but it's also seeping further into him, and it's coming into his mouth and his eyes and his nose. It's coming into his fingertips. It's all being pulled into his body, and he
no despair, for it is here.
And then it all crescendos. The swirling blood stops as you realize it's all been absorbed into him, and he stops for a moment at the peak, at the very top of the ceiling where his head is touching the rafters. He opens his eyes, and then he fucking explodes, and all of this blood showers everywhere. But there is still some blood floating where he was. It's not just blood, though. It is blood and shadow. And together, it has formed a shape. It's humanoid, but different. Instead of fingers, it has talons, 3 of them. Long. Instead of feet, it has hooves. Instead of a normal head, it is one adorned with great goat's horns. This creature is not one of skin and sinew, but one of blood and shadow. And it smiles at you all.
Fiend. We are outmatched.
Who gave us this information? Who sent us here?
We don't have time for questions like that.
We cannot stay.
We must go. Leave. Scatter.
I won't leave you.
So, you would all know that the command to scatter is... We obfuscate, we do whatever we can to get out of there. Do you guys attempt that?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I think you've given the order.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would, but I think in my head it's hard for me to do that if I'm in my beastly form. I think I'm at a disadvantage.
You're also frenzied.
So I drank
now.
his blood, so I think that removes the frenzy, because it removes my hunger
okay.
down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So frenzy for a turn, but then I'm okay.
Zambi, what is Fenrir saying to us?
I think I would want to watch what you were gonna do. Sandman. Did I get blown back from this explosion, or am I like back on the ground?
You probably like stumbled back. He just kind of threw...
Okay.
So he threw them off, then he rose into the air, and then this like... It's almost like an outer shell. The kindred exploded, right? And his skin and bones and guts went everywhere.
Yeah.
What was left is blood and shadow, is what it looks like. It looks like a shining, sort of deep red, swirled in with like this green and violet smoke. Dark green and violet smoke. So it's a strange sight. And it makes the shape that I described.
Yeah, so I like fall back to the floor and I'm staring up at this thing and I'm like, we can still do it. We can still kill this thing together.
Whatever we do, we must do it together.
It's your call, Sandman.
Yeah, how do I feel? What am I feeling from my closest friend, Fenrir, my brother in arms? Is he enraged? Is he anxious? Is he confident?
Confident. Yeah. I'm like, at this moment, still confident that we could kill this thing And I feel like, I don't want to run. It's like the duty that we're doing here was my main goal, the mission. So you get a feeling that I am confident and steadfast in the mission.
Yeah. Okay. So Sandman says,
Guidelines clearly dictate that if...
and then I feel this wave of like confidence come from you, and I say,
we stay together, let's end it.
and that is the command to. Yeah, you guys know that's the command to like keep fighting.
I fully release myself to my beast form.
What does that look like?
I think it looks like... I know I look very barkish, like a tree. I think I have bits that come out alongside my face that are like elongated thorns. I think I have a almost like turtle-like bark skin scale, and then I've got the spikes on either side. My eyes go from yellow to rotting green. There's like a strange mist that seeps from them. I think I have a lot of festering, rot, dead leaves, everything all around me. My skin is very thin and stretched, like a light lavender or purple, and it's just an old scary crone. I look like a crow, some sort of bird, and I have a horrifying beak, and I am like twice the size I am when I am in my vampire form.
Yeah, how big are you in your vampire form? Like, are you a smaller person, or are you average sized, or?
5'8", 5'9", maybe.
So you're kind of tall.
So
yeah.
average, yeah.
That's not average. Okay, so yes, but you're huge now. You take up like a quarter of this barn almost.
Yes.
Like an entire corner is your corner right now.
Mm-hmm.
No one can exist in that space with you there. And
I think you all would know too, like my abilities when I am not in my beast form are, rot, decay, but it's a lot of utility. I protect you. And when I'm in my protean beastly form, I am just a tank. I cannot help you or protect anyone. I mean, other than physical strength, my magic is all spent on keeping me in this horrifying form.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Would then, when you say that and when I see her go like this, I am going to use Extinguish Vitae so that I can increase her hunger to make her more vicious and more powerful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to do a rouse check to do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Whether you fail the rouse check or not, it succeeds. And I think that with this extra hunger, I'm going to say that you get like a bonus to your pool.
Okay.
Beebs.
Yep.
Like you're at your peak right now. You've never been stronger.
So I feel like I drank and it brought my hunger down. And then I drank again from him. So it put me at hunger 1. But I feel like I should be at 3 now instead of just 2.
Does the spell like just give her hunger, or does it give her strength and hunger? What is the...
It just says, in use, this increases another kindred's hunger. The victim can determine who uses power against them if they can see them. Let me just see if there's any more information I can get, because I'm looking at like a table right now.
I would probably roll defense, and then depending on fails is how many hungers I take, potentially. That's how a lot of the abilities in VTM work. But
Yeah.
I think it just
Sorry, I'm like-
narratively makes sense that I suffer more than just one. So I think 2 makes sense to me. I'm willing to do that, even though it puts me back right where I was on the edge.
That's fine. Yeah, let's just do
It
that
says,
and
okay. Yeah.
we'll move on. But yeah, we'll also I'm also gonna give you like you have a bonus.
Yeah.
Like you're
Okay.
a vicious beast right now.
Okay.
It does say the user can intentionally remove the unlife-giving properties of some of the blood in another vampire, stoking their hunger as the victim's inner reserves curdle into impotence. So, yeah, I'm thinking I just make you frenzied and like crazy.
Perfect.
And
Okay.
I will draw my, I have a couple of daggers. They're not very special,
You have
but
your
I use
moth
them.
voice on too, by the way.
Oopsie doopsie. Sorry, everybody.
Okay, it's okay.
And yeah, so I just pull my daggers out and I prepare myself.
Right on. Okay. And Zams, what are you up to? You big old you big
Yeah,
beautiful bastard. What are you doing?
I want to prepare myself for another leap up there,
Yeah.
and
You can leap
I
up there
think
if you want.
yeah, I would leap up there, and I think I would like try to like basically like levitate in front of this thing.
Can we team
And,
attack?
like,
Can we can you just run up my bird back and I fucking like flip
Yeah.
you out? Yes.
yes, dude. Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
I fucking love it.
Mhm.
So I want to get up like face to face with this thing, and you see like this red cloak just like flowing in the moonlight, and like I just use my katana, and I'm like doing. I want to attack it. I'm doing like very skillful like strokes with this katana, but like lightning fast, and I'm like,
Continue.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, we're all connected, right? So you're thinking about doing this, and we know what you want to do. And I slide across the floor onto my knees and sort of crouch over. You run and you leap off of my back. Your next step is on like the bird creature's PB's like arm. So you like leap onto me, leap onto the bird, and then you leap towards the thing and you sort of levitate there. You use your own power to levitate there for a moment.
Yeah.
And I think maybe like Miranda, you do something to like maybe blind or distract. Do you have anything that can do that?
I would love to
with a
do
team
something
move?
like that. Yeah,
Well,
let me
she
just quickly.
Powers me up, right?
I powered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I powered you up.
Okay.
But there has to be something that I can do to help Zams now
Mm-hmm.
in this moment.
Light.
Yeah. If you
Light. Can I
made some
do
light
that?
to like blind.
Or flight.
Oh,
Like, can I give him
Oh,
the ability
flight.
to?
yeah.
Can I give him like
Just like
moth
a little push.
moth push?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So you give him. Yeah,
wing
yeah,
beats.
exactly.
It's
You
almost like
give
he gets
him,
like a little
the-
air underneath his feet.
Exactly. You get.
Yeah.
So while he's up there, he kind of like hovers for a moment from you, and then he does this insane like
Flurry
physical
attack. with
flurry
this,
of attacks
yeah.
on this creature. And how I mean, are you just like slicing into it, or are you stabbing
think
its head, or
Yeah, if you are looking at this from like the back, I'm just slicing like every direction on its body, like probably like 24 slashes in like a few seconds, like it's that fast, and I'm just like trying to dice this thing up, like up close and personal with it.
all these different slices are going into it, and as it happens, why don't you go ahead and roll and see? Let's see how devastating this attack is for this creature. So with melee weapons, it would be a melee attack plus your It can be strength or dexterity, I believe. It depends on how you're wielding the weapon. So are you brute strengthing this, or are you more of a finesse fighter with your katana?
I would say, yeah, it's very like, it's very like skillful, like trained with the sword. Like his strikes are like, it appears lightning fast, but they're all like perfect form. So I would say probably dexterity. Is that what you said?
Yeah, melee dexterity.
Melee. Where am I looking here?
Melee's under skills on the left side.
Yep, all the way down left, and then you just click on the melee, and then when it comes up, you pick
I got it.
dexterity. Yep.
Difficulty.
I'm gonna say this is a difficulty of 4, but since we used a team move, I'm gonna give you a bonus pool of 1.
3. Correct.
It's still a 4. You just at the next question is like bonus pool, and then you add a 1 to that.
I think the bonus pool comes before.
It does, yeah.
Oh, either way. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So difficulty 4, rolling.
Oh, you got a crit. So we needed 4 successes and you got 8. Yeah, man. So it looks like an anime. Like if we were in one, it would be Castlevania, right? Because vampires, and you're just your katana's going super fast and it's just slicing into this thing. You notice as it's slicing into this creature made of blood and smoke, it is physically there and you are cutting into it, but some of the cuts are like forming back together immediately. In fact, all of them are forming back together as you're cutting into it. But when you notice this, you kind of like give it some extra juice and you go faster, and you notice that the healing can't keep up with how much you're cutting this thing. You're doing damage. However your character would understand that you're hurting this thing, you are. It sort of grunts and yells, and then it's gonna backhand you. And it backhands you across the face. And you're gonna take like 1 point of real damage there. Like that was a serious blow, and you're gonna fly back across the you can roll dodge. Is there a dodge in this?
Yeah.
So what would that be like?
It's usually athletics and awareness. Hold on 1 second, because you usually need some sort of something that's implying you have your wits about you.
Athletics, wits.
Yeah, it might be athletics, wits. Yeah.
You want to roll athletics, wits, but it's going to be a difficulty of 5. Okay, so you don't quite get out of the way in time. Your innate ability to like move out of the way turns on, and you twist as this backhand comes at you, but it still connects solidly, and you take some real damage here. You are injured, and you fly back and hit the barn wall and slide down it amongst the dust and the empty corpses on the ground. I think that is everyone's turn. That was like a group attack. So I think this creature turns to Krasta and says,
Little moth, do you want to know what it feels like to have absolute oblivion?
and he reaches out with these blood tendrils that come out of his like shoulders, and they all shoot into like your body. It's you can roll to dodge. It's gonna be the same roll that Zambi just did, athletics wits.
Okay. Athletics.
You might have an actual dodge ability, but I don't think any of our characters have it. There is an actual like Connie had it, but
Pool size modifier?
No.
Okay. Difficulty?
5.
Okay.
2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these tendrils come out and they start launching into you, and they're still connected to his back. It's almost like, it's more like tentacles, I guess you could say. They come around and they stab into your side, into your arms, into your neck, into your spine, and they're seeping in. You can feel them grasping around your spine and lifting you up into the air. And fires burn into this creature's eyes as it says,
I gift you your end.
and he tears you apart. You are ripped in half, and the world goes black for you.
Grassa! No!
And I'm going to jump in and try to attack this creature, and he swats me away, much like he did Fenrir, and he turns to Yaga.
You look like a big meal. And I'm hungry.
And I pull my head back and I screech. It is a mournful cry. One of my pact has just fallen, and I think our ritual bond, we feel that painfully. So I know with certainty that she has just fallen and had her true death. And I dig my talons into the wooden floorboards, and I push myself forward, and I strike recklessly at this creature with my beak and my talons.
Yeah, we don't even need to roll here.
Yeah.
Your strikes are incredible, and they do massive damage to this. You can tell that you take off its foot or its hoof. You slice off its hoof. You cut deep into its chest. It is screaming in
No! You cannot! You must die next.
and it doesn't use the tendrils this time, which is what I think instinctually you were expecting. So maybe you would have been ready for that, but you weren't ready for, he lifts his hands up, and as they come down, this adorned sort of like this axe comes down with it, and it has these spikes that come out of it that almost look like insect antenna or something coming off the back of it, and he brings it down, and it sticks right into your head.
Yeah.
And I think that you have a moment of consciousness left.
I think I stumble backward and immediately am transforming back into my human form as I have this mandible, this weird axe-like mandible sticking out of my collarbone and chest, and I feel the infernal power seeping into me, and it is my kryptonite also. So I just start screaming and I fall to my knees. It is unintelligible what I'm saying. I'm speaking maybe in a language you've never heard me speak before. I am crying tears of blood, and I look at you, Sandman, and I cannot help but think, why didn't we run before I die?
Yeah, Sandman looks at the dying form of his longest, oldest friend, and he grabs Fenrir. We're sitting next to each other with our backs against the wall. We've both just been thrown back, and he grabs Fenrir's cloak for the third time. And they're gone. We have to finish this. Go. Now.
No. It is finished. You must go.
I will never leave you, brother. We'll do this together. You on the right, me on the left. Kill it.
I
One
will
last.
die. You will die. Just like them. If I die, you can run.
I pull you close and say,
If you die, we die together as it was meant to be.
now let's go. And I pull you on your feet and I start running at this thing. Do you come with me?
I run just as fast as you. Right behind you. And my arm reaches out and grabs your shoulder mid-stride.
I look back at you with confusion. We've done this hundreds of times. Charged into battle together. But you've never grabbed me like this. As you do, I realize, too late, that a sword made of blood and smoke was coming straight for me. And your grasp pulled me out of the way, and the sword struck true on your chest instead of mine. And that is when Fenrir fell. What happened next, I hardly remember. I know I still fought. I had to. What choice was there? Slaying a demon, though. Slaying a demon. I'll cost you everything.
I'm feeling low again. Ain't shit I owe to them. They don't wanna let it go. Oh, I'm feeling low again. Ain't shit I owe to them. They don't wanna let it go. Giving every piece of my soul. You say you don't know how to treat me, no. Giving every piece of my soul. You say you don't know how to treat me, no. Giving every piece of my soul. You say you don't.